¿Qué hora es? Hora de aprender a decir la hora en español. It's time to learn how to say the time in Spanish. Vamos. How do we tell the time in Spanish? I'll give you this. In English is a lot easier. Why? In English we always start the phrase with it is. What time is it? What's the time? It is 3 o'clock. It is 4:30. It is 7:45. It is. So in Spanish, that already is a little bit of an issue because not very complicated, but you need to think about it. If you're not on the hour of 1, you're good. You can say son las. Okay? Son las, which literally means they are 12. They are 5 o'clock. They are 6:30. That's how we say it in Spanish. They are. Son las. However, if you are on the 1, if it's 1 o'clock, 1:15, 1:30, you're always going to start your phrase saying es la. It is the. Es la 1:00. It is 1 o'clock. Es la 1:30. It is 1:30. Okay? So that's the first thing to remember. If somebody asks you, ¿qué hora es? What's the time? ¿Qué hora es? Or what time is it? You need to start thinking, okay, wait a minute. Am I going to say es la or son las? First thing to think about. And remember, es la for 1. Any other time other than 1, we're going to go for son las. So not too tricky, I think. Then let's get to the minutes. How do we say something o'clock? It is 2 o'clock. Okay, so remember, we are on the hour of 2, so we're going to say son las. That's the beginning of my phrase. Son las, then put your hour in there. Dos, in this case, 2 o'clock. Dos, and then to say o'clock, we can just leave the phrase as it is. We don't need to specify o'clock. We can just say son las dos. Everybody would assume that if you don't say anything else, that means that it is 2. Okay, it is 2 o'clock. So, son las dos. You want to be specific because you have learned it in my channel and you want to show off. Fair enough. Let's do it. You say en punto, on the dot. Son las dos en punto. It is 2 on the dot. So, son las or es la, if you're referring to 1, plus the hour, plus en punto, to say that it's something o'clock. En punto is optional. You don't need to say it, but you can do. 1/4. ¿Cómo se dice 1/4? Follow the same procedure. Start with es la or son las, okay, depending. And then say your hour, la hora. If you need a little revision of the numbers, click on my lesson on numbers, okay? Learn how to say any number in Spanish over here if you need a little reminder. But remember, son las, for example, son las 5:15. That's how we would say it in Spanish. Son las 5. Son las 5:15. That means 1/4. Y cuarto. Y cuarto. Now here, what difference have you noticed already? Yes, in Spanish we don't say it's 5:15. We say it is 5:15. So in that sense, I think it's easier because we keep that structure, okay? Whereas in English, you kind of mix it up. You end up saying o'clock at the end and then 1/4 at the beginning, okay? In Spanish, nice and easy. Hour goes first, minutes go after. So first the hour, then the minutes. Son las 5:15. 7, 7:15. Son las 7:15. 1:15. How would you say it? ¿Cómo se dice? Es la 1:15. Ta-da! Be very careful because the word cuarto, which also means bedroom, by the way, cuarto, sounds very, very similar to the number 4. Cuatro. So how would you say it is 4:15? Son las 4:15. Son las 4:15. Don't get it mixed up, okay? pronounce that R, cuarto. Okay, moving on to half past. Again, son las and your hour. Son las or es la, okay? And your hour. And then y, which means and, that's your past, okay, side of the clock. So y, the Y, y media, and half, y media, okay? Media means half anyway in Spanish. Half past y media. ¿Cómo se diría? How would you say? It is 12:30. Again, son las, put your hour in there, 12:30. How would you say? ¿Cómo se dice? It is 9:30. Son las 9:30. Dun, dun, dun. It's not. Who said Spanish was difficult? No way. Seguimos con menos cuarto, quarter to. With this one, people get a little bit mistaken, but it's not difficult, I promise. So, menos cuarto. So far, we've been using o'clock, en punto, nice and easy. That one didn't have anything before. You just say the hour, tres, and then en punto, o'clock. Fine. Then we've used y cuarto and a quarter. Then we've used y media and a half. But now we're taking minutes away, okay? Because we are on the side of the two. So you need to say minus. We don't say and anymore. We say minus. It is 9:45. How would you say that? Son las, use the 10. Even though the clock is still on the hour of 9, we are saying it's 9:45, just like you say it in English. So use your 10 in there. Son las 10. And now minus a quarter. Son las 10 menos cuarto. We're following the same structure, guys. Don't freak out here. Stay with me. So we are using the exact same structure. We're using es la or son las, then the hour, and then menos cuarto. Okay? Just a little reminder, because people get very mixed up with this. You are using the hour that we're going to get to. For example, 11:45. So you say 11. 2:45. 3 menos cuarto. Okay? Don't say dos, because still on your clock says 2:45. And you get confused and you say son las 2 menos cuarto. No. 2:45 is 2:45. So 3 menos cuarto. Am I making any sense? I hate explaining the time. It's one of my most hated topics, but it is really easy. I promise it is, honestly. I hope this is making sense. Espero que esto tenga sentido. So I've given you the basics, but things can get wild. Things can get a lot more complicated, because I've only given you o'clock, en punto, 15:15 y cuarto, 30:30 y media, and 1:45 menos cuarto. But what if you want to say it's 2:10? Por ejemplo. Now, that's even easier. Follow the same structure that we've been doing so far. Es la, for one, es la una, or son las for any other time. Then put your hour in there. Son las 2 in this case. And then y, because it's 10 minutes past. So whenever it's past, you use your y. Y, how many minutes was that? 10. Son las 2:10. Ta-da! Easy, fácil. Okay, how would you say, venga, ¿cómo se dice? It is 4:25. Okay, so 25 minutes past 4. Son las, because we're not talking about one, we're talking about another number. So son las 4. Are you going to use y or menos? Y, because we've said past, okay? So y, and now you need to think, how do I say 25? Y 25, okay? Ideally, you need to know your numbers up until 30. That's what I would go for, okay? So be very confident in your numbers up to 30, hasta el 30. Another example, now we're going to the side of the 2. How do we say it's 20:08? Again, follow the same structure, guys. Stick with it. Son las 8. Careful. Are you going to use y or are you going to use menos now? We've said 22, 8. So we need to use minus. We're taking away minutes, okay? So we need to use that minus there. Son las 8 menos 20. Because if you said y 20, that would mean 8:20. But no, it's 7:40, so that's what we want to say, okay? 8 menos 20, 20 minutes to 8. We have not finished yet. I've got a couple of more challenges for you, but if you're enjoying this, if you're thinking, oh my God, I finally understood the time, thanks to this woman, make sure that you click the like button because that really helps me, and subscribe, por favor, suscríbete. Seguimos, continuamos con, how do you say midday or midnight? Easy one. Mediodía, midday, or medianoche, midnight. Remember that the word media means half, okay? So half through the day, mediodía, and half through the night, medianoche. We've seen mediodía, medianoche, midday, midnight. How do you say in the morning or at night? Specify that, so AM or PM, okay? So if you want to say, I'll see you at 8. Nos vemos a las 8. Important. At. A las. A las. When you're saying a time, see you at, that would be a las. Okay? So, nos vemos a las 8. And then the other person says, whoa, espera. ¿De la mañana o de la noche? In the morning or in the evening? Okay? ¿De la mañana o de la noche? So, de la mañana, in the morning, AM, and de la noche, at night. Noche, tarde. We don't have the word evening, so we use noche or tarde, depending. Tarde is afternoon. And now, ¿qué hora es? Es hora de irme. It's time to go because you already know everything about the time. But if you have any doubts, por favor, leave me a comment below and I will make sure that I answer. Adiós. Gracias. Hasta luego, chicos.